What are KDP low content books and printables? Hi, I'm Kerry from Dream Creative Bee and welcome to our channel where we show you how to make money online with KDP low content books, Etsy printables and affiliate marketing with new training every week. So be sure to hit the big red subscribe button down below. Today I'm going to show you what KDP low content books are and what printables are, and that you can be making passive income with both these models. So here we are in Amazon, and if you've followed my channel at all, you'll know that if you're not in the US and you want to check the US site out, just change your delivery address to a US zip code. So what are low content books? Well, low content books are just books that don't need a lot of writing in from the creator. They are books that have actually been created for other people to write in. So there is a difference between different types of books. There are no content books, which basically lined or dot grid or graph papers, or have some sort of embellishment to make it into a sketch pad. Then there are low content books that allow people to create a number of different interiors that they just put different covers on them, and in these interiors it lets people actually write in these interiors but gives them guided places of where to write. So it's usually like a logbook, a tracker, a journal, a diary, a planner, a calendar. There is something telling them what to write in there. And there are so many different things that you can be doing, different niches that you can be doing. Then there is the medium content. Now, medium content is similar to low content in that it doesn't need the creator of them to actually do a lot of writing in. And they tend to be books like coloring books that you can only really have one copy of that. So what I mean by it's got one interior is, I mean like in coloring books, if you create different images and put them in one book and then put several covers, the coloring community is going to get pretty pissed off with you, because they go out and they buy in bulk. So if they like your designs and they buy several of your books because they like the different covers, and then they get the book and it's got the same pictures inside, they're not going to be happy. So a coloring book is more medium content in that you create it once and you use it once. You might use different elements within the coloring book and put them in different things, like maybe a journal or a diary, or you might have some flourishes that you've created inside a coloring book and you might put them inside other ones and use different elements, but don't be using the whole same picture in another book. So that's where we get medium content. Then high content is actually books that have been written by someone. So it may be the author, or you have outsourced it to a ghostwriter to actually write the content. So these tend to be fiction and non-fiction books. They tend to be quite weighty. They have a lot of words in them. So they are high. But yes, you can make money by making no content books, which is line journals, notebooks and dot grids and sketchbooks. It is quite oversaturated now, this sort of market, but it is a good way to actually get started. And then there are the low content books, and there are still plenty of ways to actually go about creating these books, and there's different niches. So you can do logbooks, guest books, trackers, journals, planners, and puzzle books and activity books, and they have done really well this year because a lot of people have either had to stay at home due to health conditions with the coronavirus, or they have had to be shielded, or they've been in a lockdown position where you're not allowed to go out unless it's for essential things like shopping, for food, or daily exercise. Very much what we're experiencing at the moment here in England. So Amazon lets people sell these types of books on their platform, on their KD platform. So a good example of this is a gratitude diary or a gratitude journal. Now there is a lot of these for sale. There's over 8,000 coming up in the all category, and there are some really good bestsellers. And if you see where it says either create space, which is the old way of actually making these books, or you see something where it says independently published, that's somebody's name on it. That's good. So they've put somebody's name on, but it's not, rank's not being found on that. What it is inside. So let's go. No, it's sponsored, so I don't want to click on it. I don't like clicking on sponsored ads because somebody's paid for that to be sponsored. This one is not sponsored, so I'm going to click inside that, and you usually get a look inside. And what it is different places for people to actually write. So here, this is an example. You as the creator have put these down. Now there's not a lot to write, but you have made a space for people to write. I am thankful for, and put the date on, and they put 3 things that they're thankful for, and they go through that. And there are some cultivate an attitude of gratitude. What are the highlights of your week? They're giving them some different quotes, which I would be very careful of using. You know, use quotes that are pre-1920 if you're going to use quotes, to be on a safe side. There are some fair use that you can use with quotes, but it's quite a risky thing to do with quotes, so I don't know if I would do that. And that is an example of a low content book. But you can actually repurpose that book and sell it as a printable. Now, what a printable is you are actually letting people purchase the downloadable file of it. And this can be done either on your own site, or it can be done on Etsy or Shopify or GrooveCart. And if you do it on your own site, you would do it through WooCommerce. And there's different people that's done some excellent training. In fact, Ike Paz did a brilliant training called Printly on how to actually create printables. So on here is examples, every printable in the shop. So these are different ideas here. Bridal shower games bundle, password keeper, so people can print it off and then they hole punch it and put it in their own file. Printed weekly planner, people again can print it off so they can have it in color, because the problem with KDP books, printing in color would be extortionate. So what a lot of people do is they create the books for KDP, sell them on KDP, then they repurpose them and then sell them on Etsy. You can also resell them on Creator Fabrica as templates for other people to use. You cannot buy templates, use it, and then resell it on Creator Fabrica. You have to actually have created it, the whole thing, for yourself, either in PowerPoint, InDesign, Affinity Designer, Pages, Keynotes, any of those, Word. And then people are selling placemats or coloring pages. So these are different printables. And if you look at Pinterest and you put printables in there, these are different ideas that you can be using, different ideas that you can also go and then recreate in KDP or recreate in your own area. So these are printables and Amazon KDP low content books. And these are different ways that you can actually be making money online. Now, yes, on KDP publishing, you can make money with either high content books, medium content books, low content books, or no content books. And then you can also be going and creating ebooks, but you can't create ebooks with low content books. Anything that must be written in, like a puzzle book or a journal or a planner, cannot be an ebook. But you can create digital planners on Etsy. So there is ways of doing digital planners. And it says here, I'm just going to type that there. And these people actually use on their iPads or their Surface Pros or any of their tablets, that they install an app like GoodNotes, and they can then be using these digital planners to actually be writing in. And people not only create these lovely digital planners, they create what are called these stickers. And yes, you can also create stickers to sell on Etsy as well. So these are fantastic as well for you to be creating. And lots of people who are in the low content book niche create printables and digital planners because it just expands who they can sell to. And again, you don't need to sell it just on Etsy or on Amazon KDP. You can create your own bookstore in Shopify and sell through Lulu Express. You can create your own bookstore or printable downloads in WooCommerce as well, or in GrooveCart. There are lots of places. And if you are an artist that creates coloring pages, you can be selling them as well. If you look at the example of Jade Summer, they are a big colouring brand, and I say they because I believe it is a company that hires artists to actually create different books from different styles. Now all of these are being sold on Amazon, and then they also sell the digital downloads, and they sell them on Lulu. And I believe the reason why they sell them on Lulu is Lulu deals with all the taxes, the digital taxes or anything like that. That's why I believe they do that. But you as an artist can also sell individual coloring pages as well. And there's also Creative Fabrica where you can sell your interiors, or Gumroad where you can sell your interiors, especially if you've created them yourself. So those are all the different marketplaces where you can actually be creating these books, content, printables, and be selling them. Also, you don't need a list, you don't need an inventory, you don't need a funnel, you don't need any of that to actually be making money in this way. And they tend to be passive. Once they're created, they are there forever to be sold. As long as these platforms are still there. If the platforms go, then they're not there forever, but you have actually created them for people to use. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button to be notified about any other videos I make, and check out my top 5 niches for KDP books.